guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to my favourite video of every month to film, and that is going to be my TBR. So as you guys know, we generate my TBR here using my TBR board game, which I have here. All of the different squares have different prompts, and then we use those to pick books for my TBR. Last month I did pretty well. I read everything bar 3 books, so that means we are adding only 3 extra rolls onto our 7, so we're starting with 10. And then last month I missed a double, so I rolled 2, I think it was 6s or something in a row, and I was meant to add an extra prompt on for that, and I didn't, so I said I would this month. So we're starting with 11 rolls today, which isn't too bad. I'm very excited for this month's TBR. I'm hoping for some new releases, some fun stuff, but looking at the pile of books I have here after doing the rolls, it's a bit of a chaotic one, I can't lie. This is probably one of the most chaotic and random TBRs that I've had, so let's see how we do. Hopefully we don't end up with a ton unread adding on to next month, but without further ado, let's just get into the first roll. Okay, so super funny story. I lost all of the footage of me doing the rolls. My SD card corrupted, and that was the only thing that was corrupted. Arguably the only footage I film at all for my YouTube channel that can't just be refilmed, you know, like a reading vlog update. I could just say it again. So you guys are just gonna have to trust me. I'm gonna recreate what we did. We have another friend here today. I'm just gonna recreate what we did. You guys are just gonna have to trust me, like with the random stuff, that it was generated accurately. And also we are doing one extra roll that I didn't mention in the sit down portion because I thought I was going to read more than I did, so we actually have one more to add on as like our punishment for not completing the TBR last month. So we'll be able to do one genuine roll, and the rest of it you guys are just going to have to trust me, unfortunately. So for our first roll, god, this is going to be a little bit of chaos if we've got both of them here. So for our first roll we got a 5, which took us to scroll on Goodreads, and again you'll just have to believe me because I lost the footage, but we scrolled and the first review that I came across was from Meg with Books, and she had just read Bride, so that is a very exciting one that I would be adding to TBR. So as you guys saw, we got scroll on Goodreads, and thank you so much to Meg from Meg with Books, who I follow on Goodreads, for reading this book recently and meaning that I get to it soon, and that is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is one of my most anticipated releases. I think this is just going to be such a fun time. I generally think I'm going to have the best time reading this. It's not necessarily a 5-star prediction. To be fair, all of Ali Hazelwood's full-length novels have been 5 stars for me. This is obviously a little bit rogue, a paranormal vampire werewolf romance, but I'm still very much excited for it. I'm hoping to maybe read it in a video very soon. We will see. I actually cannot wait for this. I am over the moon excited, and I think it's just going to be such a fun time. I can't wait. So that is the first one on our TBR for the month. I'm not going to stack these anywhere because I think that I don't have enough space, so I'm just going to put it on the floor so you won't be able to see them, but Bride is on the TBR. So then we got a 1, and that took us to our kind of random TBR jar, and from that I pulled out random picture generator, and I've got this picture that I'll put on the screen now. Again, you will just have to trust me, unfortunately. Then next up we got random picture. So this one's always a bit rogue because some of these pictures are just really odd. I'm not sure if they're AI generated or just random pictures, like whatever, but this one, okay, I went a little bit rogue. So I was thinking of kind of more word association kind of vibes, and what I ended up picking was A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. So this has kind of like a multitude of reasons. Firstly, the colours. I feel like the leaves, etc., it gives very similar vibes. There's like waves here, we've got waves on the cover, and also drowning and like the pool of water, you know, kind of that vibe. I feel like drowning water, and then also the colours. I feel like this was a reasonably good association, and this is one I'm very excited to read. It's actually signed. There's like a signed little book plate in here. I got this from a friend secondhand, but yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I've heard it's kind of like a dark academia fantasy mystery. I think, I'm honestly no idea, but like I'm really excited for it. I know a lot of people don't love it, but I think this is one that I might really enjoy, so I need to put it into a video somehow, but I am really excited to get to it. Then we rolled a 4 and got a secondhand book. So then we had a secondhand book. This is always reasonably easy for me. I do a lot of kind of charity shop buying of books. I buy a lot from World of Books, and also my parents read a lot of books and then they give them to me, and I would consider that secondhand. For this one I've gone for one that my dad has read. He bought from Waterstones, I believe, and gave to me, and he enjoyed it, and this is The Other Half. I've heard absolutely nothing about this, but I'm actually really excited for it. I don't think it's got the best Goodreads ratings, but I I believe this is just kind of like a classic murder mystery at like a dinner party, and yeah, I think this will be a fun time. I'm very excited for it. I do have plans for it in a video coming up probably towards the end of the month, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I know absolutely nothing about it and I kind of want to keep it that way for the video. I think that'll be a little added fun aspect. So yeah, just like a fun little murder mystery, I think is always a good one to add on. And I feel like I need to sometimes force myself a bit to read books I haven't heard anything about, because oftentimes they can be some of my favorites and I don't just want to read everything that's just like everyone else is reading and it's popular. Then we rolled a 5 and we got reverse page count. I reverse page counted the last book that I'd read, which was Stone Blind, which had 371 pages after the acknowledgements, rather than, I think it was 368, which would before the acknowledgements, which would have given us an 800-page book. So that meant that we had to find a book with around 173 pages. So I mean, those were kind of okay rolls, and this is where the TBR starts to get a little bit chaotic. So we got reverse page count, and I reversed it from Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, which was the last book I had read when I filmed the rolls, and it was 371 I believe was where the book finished, and I reversed that to 173 because I did not want to do the like before acknowledgements page because that would have been so long. And that gave us 173 pages, like I said, and the closest one I could find to that was 180 pages, and that is not like the whole thing I'm about to hold up, but it is within this. Obviously this is a massive book, but one of the books in here is Lady Susan by Jane Austen, which is 180 pages. So yeah, I'm going to be reading Jane Austen this month, a classic, which is fun. It's fun, and it is a short one. The audiobook is only about 2.5 hours, so I really don't think it will be too difficult, and I do want to read more classics this year. I read Emma by Jane Austen and I absolutely adored it. I'm just trying to flick through. I believe Lady Susan was her first ever novel that she wrote. I'm not too sure about all of the details surrounding it. I don't know what it's about. Oh, actually, I remember reading that it was all letters, so I think that should be quite fun. It's literally not long at all. It goes from page 1165 to 1205, so literally like 40 pages. So it's definitely a doable one. It's definitely probably the most approachable Jane Austen novel that I have, and I just can't get over this edition. It's gorgeous, and I do want to read more classics, so not too bad, but like such a rogue choice, I can't lie, like such a rogue one to add onto the TBR. I'm like studying Drowning Bride and also Lady Susan, just a classic, you know, contemporary fun little book talk TBR. But yeah, that is one that's adding on, and I'm very excited for it, to be honest. I think I will have a good time, and this is just like one of my prized possessions, so I'm excited to actually read from it, because I got this after I read Emma, so I haven't actually like cracked this open really, and it's got a load of information like about suggested other reading about her life, like timeline of when she completed her novels and stuff. So I'm super excited to kind of delve into a bit more of Jane Austen as a whole, as well as just the novel. Then we got a 6, which is this one that Willow is very kindly guarding for us, and that is an award winner. Okay, so then we got an award winner, and I was very excited to be able to pick one that is from my TBR. I'm not sure which category this was actually for. I probably should have checked. I believe it's fiction, but I ended up picking Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and this is a Goodreads Choice Awards winner for 2017, I believe is when it came out. Yes, 2017. This is a kind of like literary mystery, I believe. I read Everything I Never Told You by this author last year, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm really excited to get around to this one. It's really not too long. It's only about 300 pages, and I found her writing was really excellent in her last novel, and I think I've heard even better things about this one. So yeah, super excited to get around to it. So that makes this TBR a little bit easier after what we just got. Then we got a 5, which took us to subscribers vote. So next up we have subscribers vote, which was such a fun one. I love kind of giving you guys control, Instagram, community tab, whatever. So this was a poll I did on my community tab, and I gave you guys 2 options. These were both kind of new release hardbacks that I'm really excited about, but don't fit into certain videos. So firstly, I put up How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. This is about a woman who has like a psychic tell her she's gonna get murdered. She like prepares her whole life for it, and then she does, and now her great niece, I believe, is trying to kind of figure out what happened. So like a fun murder mystery. And then the other option was Murder Road by Simone St. James. This is such a gorgeous edition of it. I'm so excited about it. But this is, I believe, kind of like a horror mystery type of story. I don't know too much about it, to be honest, but these are the 2 ones that I showed you guys, and I didn't know which way it was going to go. I thought maybe this one might, because it's just a more fun cover, I guess, but this was, for a while it was genuinely like 100% to nothing, and now it's kind of balanced out slightly, but like it was still very like unanimous, I think. And you guys very clearly picked How to Solve Your Own Murder, and I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I've heard good things. I think it's gonna be really fun, and I believe it's a debut, which is always a good time because I like to find new authors, support debuts, stuff like that. And also it's signed, which is always a fun time. And yeah, I picked this one up just kind of like browsing in Waterstones. I didn't have it pre-ordered or anything like that. It was just kind of like a random treat. So yeah, super excited to add this one to the TBR, but I need to find a way to fit it into a video. Then we got a 6, which took us to Random Shelf. And again, you will just have to trust me. I did randomly generate all of my 7 shelves, and I got the second shelf on my floating shelves, and then I randomly generated the books there, and I got Marple, the collection of short stories. Again, sorry that I cannot prove this. So next up we had Random Shelf, and then obviously on that shelf also randomly generated one. This is a fun one to do, as you guys saw, and yeah, not quite the shelf I was hoping for, but still could have been a lot worse, to be honest. Could have been my non-fiction and intimidating shelf. Maybe I should split that one up, but I do like to kind of just keep them there in the corner, out the way. But the kind of random number generator chose Marple. This is a collection of 12 short stories, kind of retelling or like reimagining Miss Marple. Just so in here, like ones that I recognise, we've got Lucy Foley, Lee Bardugo, Natalie Haynes, Karen McManus, Ruth Ware, and they're all authors that I've read from before and enjoyed. So I'm really excited about this. I was saying in a recent video, I think in my next video you'll see, I was talking about how I don't really like mystery short stories in kind of a classic sense, but I think a more contemporary version is something that I will enjoy, because I know I like these authors, and these stories seem slightly longer than like a really short story. So anyway, I am excited about this one. Again, this doesn't fit into a video either, so I'll have to try and find a way to fit it in, but I'm really excited about it, and I have had it for a little while now, and I do want to get around to it whilst I'm still super excited for it. And then after this we got a 2, which put us in book jail for the first time. So I've got a selection of 10 books on my like book jail list, and I'll put those on the screen now, and then we randomly generated one of those, and that picked out what our book jail was going to be. So here we have another one of our problem rolls. We got book jail. This is the first time that I've ever got this since doing this TBR, so we were kind of like 4 TBRs clear of book jail, but we did get book jail, which is where I have a lot of my very intimidating reads. I have pretty much all my classics, my non-fiction, my long books, the books that like are very intimidating to me. And we got one, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. We got Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. So I got this for my dad for Christmas, and he really enjoyed it. It's like a very serious non-fiction retelling of David Copperfield. I believe it's about kind of like the opioid crisis, someone told me. It's like a heavy, thick, over 500-page book. It's not really for me, but like I appreciate that this is probably an excellent story. It won the Women's Prize for Fiction last year. Like it's a very popular, very like objectively good book. Like the ratings on Goodreads of this are so high. So I do want to go in with an open mind, because I had a similar thing with The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. Again, I think that one's, yeah, it's just here. Totally not up my street, but like overall I loved the book. I mean, it's not what I would normally pick up, but I thought it was excellent. So I'm hoping that's the same with this. I do have an audiobook which will hopefully help me through it, but the way I do book jail, like I have to read this month. Like there's no other option, you know, otherwise I just don't have a TBR for next month. Like I don't post any videos, like nothing. Like I have to read the book. I don't know what would be my punishment if I didn't, but like we're not even thinking about it. Like it has to be read. And knowing me, like I will stick to it. I will read it this month. It's just very intimidating. So maybe like a reading intimidating books video could be on the way. So yeah, I am excited. That's such a lie. I am dreading it, to be honest. But like I know objectively that I probably will enjoy it. Like it probably will be like at least a 4-star for me. It's just scary. Like it's scary. It's a heavy, big, thick book. That's now on the TBR. Then we got a 5, which took us to Finish a Series. So now going in like the complete opposite direction, we got Finish a Series, and I decided to put on Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I read When in Rome on my Kindle last month, and I adored it. It was a 5-star read for me. I cannot wait to jump back into this really cute small town. I can't wait to read Annie's story, because she was absolutely adorable in the first book. I just think I'm going to absolutely adore this. I cannot wait. Like I am absolutely over the moon to get to this. It's like the opposite case of the last book. I cannot wait to get to this, and I'm so excited that I get to soon. This is for a video that you won't see for a little while. I'm kind of just spacing out the books a little bit because I've got a lot of reading to do for that, but yeah, I am really excited for this one, and I will be getting to it this month. This is gonna be such a treat. I cannot wait. So then next up we got Least Popular, which is one of my least read books on my Goodreads. I did cheat a teeny tiny bit because this is a new release, so obviously it has not got too many ratings and reviews and such, but I picked Medea by Rosie Hewlett, and this is one that I've seen in Waterstones. They're promoting it quite a lot, but I am so heavy in my Greek mythology era right now. I'm so excited to get to this. I don't know pretty much anything about Medea's story actually. I think she's one of the gods that I Oh god, is she even a god? I don't even know. Like, I literally know nothing about her, so I'm really excited to get this story. It's got reasonably high ratings, and I believe it's only got like 600 reviews or something, so not many people have read this one. I am so excited for it. I'm so upset that I missed out on the special edition. The special edition spread is gorgeous, but I did get this one, and I do think the cover's stunning. I really like it, so super excited for this one. Then we got a 3, which took us to subscribers' favourites. So this is from when I asked you guys for your favourite books of last year for a video, and I put them all in the list, and I have to read something that you guys recommended through that. Then we got to one off of my subscribers' favourites. I was scrolling through this list and I was like, Jesus, a lot of these I actually don't own, so soon if we keep getting this I might have to start buying books, which is a little bit scary considering I don't want to add too much to my TBR. But I ended up picking one that I actually have on my Kindle. This is on Kindle Unlimited, I believe, and this is The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. This one was recommended by this person. Thank you very much for recommending it. I did check the comments before, but I have a list of all of the books. So yeah, this is going to be a fun little thriller, I believe. I think it has like a lot of kind of like darker elements, but overall I am really excited for it. I've heard pretty good things, and I've not read any of Ashley Winstead's books, and I've got a lot of them like on my TBR that I want to get to. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one, I hope, and kind of like a reasonably high prediction for me, hopefully. We'll see. And then we got a 6, which landed us on TBR Veteran. Okay, and then our last roll, obviously we had to add one on at one point for the double, but we got a TBR Veteran. So this is a book that has been on my TBR forever, and I picked one that was actually in my read or unhaul from last year, I believe, so well done to me for trying to make progress in that. And that is You and Me at the End of the World by Brianna Bourne. I have heard nothing about this. I know absolutely nothing about it. I think it is a YA apocalyptic romance, so I think this will be a fun time. I do have actual video plans to read this one, surprisingly, and yeah, overall just looking forward to it. Like, I think it'll be a fun and easy time. The writing's very small, but like it's reasonably like spaced out on the page, if that makes sense. So yeah, I know absolutely nothing about it, but I do think the cover's really pretty. I love this kind of ombre, and yeah, like I really don't have much to say about it because I know nothing about it, but happy to be getting something off the TBR that's been on there for a long time. Happy to get something off the list video, and yeah, I think this should be quite an easy and quick one, and I don't think I'll have too much trouble with it. So now I have to add on the other roll, like I mentioned, as a punishment for not quite completing my TBR. I really hope that you don't bat it away before I can see what it is, but we have a 6 here. I don't know if you can see that. So this is a video read, so a book that I have to read for a specific video. So that's pretty easy, and God, she's going nuts for it, and not a difficult one to do. I'll quickly grab what I'm going to pick and then show you guys. Okay, so for a specific video read, I have decided to pick Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I do have plans to read this for a video that should be coming out on the 26th of this month. I'm very excited for the video and for this book specifically. I had already just filmed the sit down portion, so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys here. So this is also being added onto the TBR for this month. So yeah, sorry about this chaoticness and the fact that I had to refilm, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. So those are all of the books on my TBR. I think we've got a really good stack here. We've got some new releases and some books that I'm really excited about. The only thing is that obviously it's a little bit chaotic. We've got some random ones on here, but then also like a lot of these don't fit into videos, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of find some time to do some like reading challenges, stuff like that, or maybe just try and find a way to work these into videos. I'm not too sure, but we have 12 books this month on the TBR, and most of them I'm very excited for, and all of them I'm very happy to be getting around to finally. So yeah, I think this was a fun month. Overall I have a good time. I have a good feeling about this one, so let me know what you guys think. Have you read any of these? I've got a lot of books here, but yeah, let me know if you've read them, what you think, what you're excited to see me read, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like down below. Hit subscribe and turn the bell to join our little club, and make sure you turn on all notifications. Then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. And if you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as they're linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!